unfortunately, they have that possibility. So, okay, Paula, would you like to introduce the site?
Thank you, Chair, and I'll try to be reasonably brief. The proposal is for the erection of 14 flats following demolition of the existing bungalow on the site. The recommendation is for approval subject to completion of the Section 106 and conditions. The site is located on the northern side of the River Cam to the east of the Chesterton Railway Bridge. It's not within a conservation area, however, to the south is the Stourbridge Common conservation area. Stourbridge Common is also part of the Cambridge Greenbelt and is a site of local nature conservation as well. The southwest corner of the site is within the flood zone 3, which is the highest risk category when it comes to flood risk. But the remainder of the site, with the exception of the northwest corner, is within flood zone 2, which is the area at lower risk. The current proposal follows two previous applications, which were both withdrawn. The application was submitted in 2014, proposed a Part 3-storey block on the Fen Road frontage. This was withdrawn partly following urban design team's comments that this would have an unacceptable impact on the street scene. The current application has reduced the blocks so that they're all 2 stories along the frontage, and the urban design team currently support the application. The 2015 application was withdrawn as a result of flooding issues which have not been resolved. However, on the current application, both the Senior Sustainability Officer and the Council's Drainage Engineer are satisfied that these issues have been resolved. In my opinion, this would be a high-quality development which would enhance the appearance of the site, both for the Fen Road frontage and from views from the Stourbridge Common. This proposal has satisfied consultees on technical matters, and in my opinion, it's responded well to the constraints of the site. So the recommendation is for approval subject to completion of the Section 106 and conditions. I'll talk you through the plans. Right, so this is obviously Fen Road. We've got the railway bridge here with the Chesterton Junction crossing here, the River Cam and the public footpath that runs along the northern side of the Cam. This area here is supposed to be the landing stage for the Chisholm Trail cycle path, but that's not part of the current application. So this is just a photograph taken from Fen Road, which shows you the view into the site. You can see the existing bungalow, which is set back quite far from the frontage. You can see the relationship there with the railway crossing coming down. This is a view, the top view is just taken a bit further along Fen Road, so it shows you the context of the neighbouring development. This on this side here is this is what's called Fen View Court, but it's also just showing the other residential development on the opposite side of the road. And then the view at the bottom is the view taken from the Stourbridge Common, which shows the existing pink bungalow, but also showing the Fen View Court properties here, which are part 3 stories and part 2 stories, quite close onto the river frontage. So this is the proposed site plan. The access would be taken via the existing access through Fen View Court into a central kind of parking and servicing area. The units would be split between 3 blocks. The block at the top is block 3, and then blocks 1 and 2 to the south. You can see that all the development has been pushed away from the river frontage. It's this area here which is the area of highest flood risk, and it's also pushing it back away from views from the river as well. The parking is 14 car parking spaces, and there's a parking court to the west of block 3, and then 2 smaller areas around this block here. This image will just give you an immediate idea about what it's going to look like. So you can see there pitched roof elements with a flat roof link in between. These are the elevations of block 3, so the one that's closest to the Fen Road frontage. You can see that the properties on the south facing elevations have balconies, so they'll afford nice views towards the river. But on the northern elevation, close to the front, it's got a more traditional appearance. That's just the floor plans of Block 3. Blocks 1 and 2 then are matching and a similar appearance, just slightly with one bay removed. The materials would be buff brick with fibre cement cladding panels. And then I put in the elevations both from Fen Road here and then from the river as well, so you just see the scale in relation to what's there at the moment. It's worth pointing out just on this street elevation that this block here is actually set back halfway into the site, so it wouldn't necessarily form part of the immediate frontage. And that's all.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we now go to the discussion. That's just
Two things. Could you also speak a bit more about the dark grey fibre cement cladding? I don't really understand what that is exactly. Say more about that. And the other thing is the drag distance for the bins. That's not resolved in doing paperwork. So is there a resolution there, or is there a chance that the bins will be end up stored on the street?
that's a time to keep the questions.
Thank you, Chair. Two things. First of all, is there any thought being given to the noise from the railway? This butts onto a very busy main line, and I was wondering if there is any acoustic provision as part of this development. My second point relates very much to the border with the towpath, and I'm delighted to see that awful pink bungalow going and the new developments being pushed back. But I can't emphasise too strongly the need for quite dense tree planting, which I would request also included some conifers to keep this screened right through the winter and not just in the summer. Preserving the river bank as unspoiled as possible seems to me to be a very, very important thing for us to be doing. And this development, I admit, goes some way to improving the aspect of the river bank. But I'd just like to have reassurance that the screen of green will be taken very seriously in this development. Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? I'm going to ask the officer to explain.
Thank you, Chair. Firstly, on the materials, the grey fibre cement is a material which we've seen used in the city elsewhere. The urban design team were satisfied with it, but have recommended a condition requiring samples of materials to be submitted for their approval. So it would be something that we would have control over. In terms of the drag distance for the bins, the refuse and recycling team have commented on the application and they were satisfied with the provision. They were satisfied that a refuse lorry could enter into the site subject to a condition requiring the surfacing to be brought up to standard, which I've recommended that condition is applied. With regard to the noise from the railway, that is an issue that the environmental health team have looked at. They are satisfied that can be addressed through conditions, which I recommended, and that would be for a noise assessment to be submitted with mitigation measures as well. I think you can see from the site plan that there are a number of other properties already that are in quite close proximity to the railway. The border with the towpath, I agree that it's quite a sensitive border. The landscaping scheme has been submitted, and you can see from the plans that some planting along that boundary is proposed. But there is a condition as well requiring a detailed detailed landscaping plan to be submitted for approval as well. That's everything.
Councillor Smart?
As we've got a couple of minutes left, just a chat really on the Chisholm Trail, because obviously it's very close to that site, and I presume firstly that the route shown on the drawings is the most recent and up-to-date route the Chisholm Trail is planning to take, because there was some discussion about the best way to get down that slope. And also, has there been any discussion, I know this is very personal, but it's practical, about how that bridge is going to be constructed before drawing on after this site, because that bridge was going to be coming by lorry, part of it, and then be lifted onto the canal. So I don't know, is this site pertinent to that? Is it going to get in the way at all?
So with regards to the layout of the Chisholm Trail, I have discussed the application with officers who are involved in promoting the Chisholm Trail, and they were satisfied with the drawings, which they do show the accurate plan. So it's looping around there and then actually connecting to the river footpath and then onto Fen Road further to the west. They were satisfied with the arrangement as it is. I understand that they have had some separate discussions with the applicant regarding the construction and that they're in agreement with them. But that would be separate to this application. With regards to the construction, it's kind of outside of this planning application really.
I don't think we can get involved with the logistics of the construction. We have to look careful out of that. Right. Anyway, that's the application. I have nothing further to add. We're now going to vote. The recommendation is one of approval. Those in favour, please indicate. Now, we are due to start our minor application session this afternoon at 1:30. I, for one, am not going to sacrifice a reasonable time period in which I can have a sandwich and just sit down and think for a moment. So I'm going to reconvene at 1:45.